Hello everyone, it's Bill from CambodiYeah. If my voice is a bit off, it's because I'm a bit under the weather right now, so just bear with me. I did a video not too long ago about what to look for when you're trying to find an apartment. This video is about what to look for after you got your apartment, and you need to know where different places are in your neighborhood and the kinds of places you should be trying to find. So the first one is laundry. You'll see signs up and down the road. These places are everywhere, and they'll generally say laundry $1 per kilogram. They do the laundry by weight. They do quite a good job of it, and they package it up all nice and neat. They do dry it out on a line, so it's not going to be quite as soft as you might be used to from a dryer. Generally, laundry in Cambodia is dried out on a line. They do quite a good job with that. Then there's gas canister refills. For the little stoves there, the little stovetop things, they have these little canisters that look like spray paint cans. You don't throw those out once they're out. You want to go and get them refilled, and it's really cheap to do so. Even if you have the larger gas canisters for a larger stove, they'll refill those too. Usually you can find the refill places at wet markets. Just about every wet market will have one. And sometimes you'll find little places here and there, and you'll know it because they'll have a bunch of canisters around them, and then they'll have a big tank that they're refilling from. Also, water bottle refill. It's good to get the big blue water things. I know some people are a bit worried about them. It's not too hard to find ones with good quality. Just ask local expats. Go to an expat bar and just say, hey, where can I get my water bottles refilled that has quality water? It's not going to be too hard to find one. They're pretty much everywhere, and it's cheap to refill that, and it's better than throwing away tons of plastic bottles. Wet markets, you can find just about everything there: clothing, kitchen implements, food, fabrics, like anything you can think of just about is sold at wet markets, and it's cheaper there than just about anywhere else. Some people may not trust the meat that's at wet markets. Basically, it's fresh generally, and as long as it doesn't look or smell off, you're going to be fine. But you'll also want to find grocery stores just in case you just don't want to risk it, and I can understand that. Just know that grocery stores will be more expensive, sometimes considerably so. And you'll want to find grocery stores anyway for things like toiletries and Western foods and frozen foods and things like that. There's some stuff the wet markets don't have. You'll also want to find cheap coffee places. A reasonable amount to spend for coffee is about $1.50. More than that, you're kind of overpaying. And the thing about coffee and food in Cambodia is that the best places and the cheapest places you're not going to find on Google Maps. You're not going to find them online anywhere. You have to walk around or take a tuk-tuk around your neighborhood and find these places. And the best foods I have ever had in Cambodia were from finding these little places that don't have any sign, they don't have any reviews, they don't have a name. They just have really good food, usually for like $1 or $1.50. And so look for those places, find your favorites, and make a note of where those places are, because that's the best way to go in Cambodia as far as I'm concerned. You find these local places, you start to build a rapport with the places that you frequent, and it's just, you start to feel like part of a community as well. And it's so much less impersonal than a grocery store or a restaurant or like these chain coffee places. There's a chain called Brown, which is like the Starbucks of Cambodia. And you're basically paying for the ambiance and the upscale buildings and all of that stuff that they're in. But you can find coffee just as good for dirt cheap at little roadside places. Explore. I mean, that's one of the great things about being in Cambodia is there's so much to find through exploration. You want to find pharmacies in your area. A lot of people give warnings about pharmacies. Here's the thing. It's actually pretty rare to find ones that are going to have fake pills or try to scam you in any way, because if they did that, word would get out, nobody would go there. Generally, you're pretty safe with pharmacies. If you're really worried about it, go back to my video about medical issues and go to the description in that one. And there's a few pharmacies listed for Siem Reap. You want to look for those little micro markets. That's what I call them anyway. I don't know if there's an official name for them, but you'll see them like the other things I've mentioned. They're everywhere. everywhere. Walk down just about any street, you'll see several of them selling little snacks and drinks and stuff like that. And they're also great places to go to get like cell card and smartphone top-up cards. Also, you'll want to find your bank, your ATMs, and generally with ATMs, I'd recommend using the ones that are actually at the bank rather than the ones that are just anywhere, because sometimes there are skimmers. It's just better to be safe and go directly to the bank. You'll also want to go check out the area, walk around at night and check it out. Now, you should have already done this if you paid attention to that last video of the apartments, just to check for noisy places and all of that. But you can also find some positive surprises by doing so. You might end up being within a couple blocks of a night market that you didn't know existed. There's all kinds of little places that pop up at night, little street food places as well. You also want to know what's open and what's closed in your area, because if you're out, let's say you've gone out and had a few pints and you're hungry and you want to know where to go to eat, it's good to know that stuff offhand. And it's also just good to feel out the area. I never felt unsafe there, and I've heard the same from many women expats as well. Just use your common sense. But Cambodia is generally quite safe, even at night. If there's any places you can think of that I've missed that people should look for in their neighborhood, please put them down in the comments. If you'd be so kind as to like and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything you'd like me to cover that I haven't so far. I'll see you again soon in another video. Thanks for watching. You take care of yourself. Bye-bye.